Hey guys, welcome back to Enterprises. Once again, this is your host and game, and it's been a while since I actually did a video with my face in it, or any video on this channel for a while. But there's this movie come out that called Antman and the Wasp. It was actually a pretty anticipated movie leading up to its release. It came out. Now here we are, and some of you guys are probably wondering, oh, this movie has been out like 3 weeks by now, and I'm now going into reviewing it. Well, the sad truth is that I had no real incentive to actually watch this movie to begin with. I mean, yeah, I know I saw the trailers, it looked good and whatnot, but I don't know, Ant-Man wasn't really a big character to say. I mean, not to say I didn't like the character, I mean, he doesn't have my interest like how, Thor or the other characters did, right? I mean, I didn't even watch the first Ant-Man in the theaters, and I liked him in Civil War, but right now here he is in this one. Right? This is Ant-Man the Wasp. Now I just got done watching it yesterday, like I said. I didn't really had much, incentive to want to watch this. At this point, I don't really have to tell you guys spoilers, right? Because you've been out long enough to know about it already. So here you go. Right, the film starts off with Scott Lang, right? The characters he's on house arrest. It's basically what happens after Civil War, actually, which is funny because this comes out after Infinity War, but it takes place after Civil War. Right, he's under house arrest. The guys who tell him, hang him and hope him, the ones who created the suit that he uses, they also felt the effects of the Civil War aftermath, because them is the one who take the suit, they have to end up going into hiding. So it's basically like a bit of a government-ish stuff intervening here, right? And considering what happens is that he has to be able to help them find their mom in the quantum realm while trying to stay out of the government's supervision stuff, to keep that from intervening, right? That's basically kind of what sums up the movie. But the movies, and if here's the thing I didn't really like about the movie, right? This is called Ant-Man and the Wasp, and with the name like that, it's supposed to be about the Ant-Man, and it is to an extent, but over here in this one, compared to the first one, it focuses more on the Wasp, because and the Wasp, they do put a lot of emphasis on that Wasp, because it feels almost more like if it's her movie, and it's not really a bad thing. I just find it a downside when you trade off Scott Lang's Ant-Man presence in the film to get her more presence in the film. I read up on an article that the actress who played Hope, her name is like Evangeline something, Lily something. I heard that she said that she fought to make Ant-Man the Wasp more radically feminine, whatever that means. But and it doesn't sound like a good thing. But I find that pretty iffy there. Also, another thing too, when I was watching the film, it does have the comedy and stuff, and it has some pretty good looking cinematography and visuals. That's for sure the one thing the director and the cinematographer nailed at. It's a good looking movie. But a big disappointment I noticed is that they make Ant-Man look more like a idiot here. I mean, yeah, no, he still does some pretty cool stuff in the movie, right? He saw the shrinking and the growing big in size stuff, but a good bit of movie he does end up seeing him, his character being sidelined a bit and quite a bit unfair at times. I mean, I get it, I get the whole gist of the story, right? It's focusing on Hank Pym, his wife, and she is Hope Pym's mom, right? So they're going to be more the focus of the story. So it's going to be the light is going to be shined more on her. And I get what they're doing there. I just find it was the way it was handled seems a bit too much. Now the thing is too is you have the villains, right? You have well, basically you have the FBI, right? That's it's not really a villain to say, but it's more you can say. I don't really know if maybe an anti-hero on this because they're keeping the hero on their way, but they still want to think the villains, right? So the FBI is here, and you have to watch out for that. Then you also have to watch out for this group of people that presumably work with the FBI, but they have their own agenda. The one who's supplying Hank Pym with the technology that he uses to in his lab tech. Since he been going more rogue now and having to think of his stuff, they have to rely on these guys, black market people. He says in the film, he literally says that in the film, that they're like black market people that supplies him with tech. They rely on that to get him the tech, and they have a bit of falling out, which is probably for like the most dumbest reasons you can think of, but they try to justify it though. Obviously they try to justify it, which makes sense in a way. And then they get the tech, right? But the people that supply all the tech, they end up going after them, trying to take it back from them because they want to make money off of the the stuff that they're doing. But the whole truth about it is that Hank and Hope, they're not trying to make any sort of money with what they're building. They're trying to build it so you can get to the quantum well to get back Hope. And here's the next thing too. We have the FBI looking at them, keeping tabs on them here, and then you have these guys that's supplying with the tech here, right? For their reasons, right? Also, you have the villain, right? The villain is, I can't remember the name of the villain, but she's some sort of like ghosting, right? She is apparently here because she wants the tech, because she wants to use it to be able to well, basically she wants you to build her same version of the machine, from what I think. She wants to use the tech. Also she wants to get the lab from them, because the lab can shrink and they can carry it around. You see this in the trailer already. The lab is like a backpack they can carry around. So she wants to get the tech, and she wants to be able to go to the quantum realm. And the reason why is because she gotten injured with in a sort of like science experiment that was using similar technology in the past. So they can't try to justify her and like make her seem make you feel like sort of like sympathetic to her in a way, which you kind of get it in a way, because at first you're like, oh, okay, so that's what happened, but after a while it's like, yes, it's like they're trying too hard. I know it's really funny because I watched someone review the film. He said that they were trying too hard at times, even though that there was some good stuff that they're doing. And I kind of get what he's saying here, because it really does feel like that. So yeah, the villain could have been done more, maybe some more screen time for the ghost villain, and also a bit more on her story. They just give her like, oh, there's a flashback scene where she gets caught in this accident, and boom, that's it. So yeah, I think that was a lacking point, because, and that's also a very common thing to note with Marvel films, right? Outside Infinity War and Black Panther, the villains is not really all that. Right, so here's the next thing that comes up, right? What happens is that it all boils down to, what's going to happen to the act, right? There's no surprises here, literally none. I mean, it's funny the way how they directed, the way how it's played off. It's like, hey, that's okay. It's entertaining to say at least, but it's about as predictable can get. By the time you reach a third act, you already like don't know what's gonna happen. He's going to get back the lab tech from her, and they're gonna have like some kind of fight around the city, and the FBI is gonna end up getting involved because he's under house arrest, and they are gonna be looking for him. And then you have all that while Hank Pym character goes to the quantum realm to find their mom before time runs out or whatever. And the truth is, they find her. It's Michelle Pfeiffer. This is actually a bit of a spoiler, very disappointing on Marvel's behalf as well, because they showed photos of her. I think they showed like a clips of her too. I'm not too sure, but I seen photos of her. I mean, and I was like, oh man, that they could have like kept it in there, but no, man. So I was already know what's going to happen too in a way, so that kind of killed it for me too. Pretty much would have killed it for a lot of people too. They got it out, and they get the happy ending, basically to say the least, right? He's off the house arrest and whatnot. Also, the injury that the villain, the ghost villain, got from the science experiment. Apparently, somehow, their mom, right, the mom that they tried to rescue from the quantum realm, she was able to like heal her from that, right? Because like apparently the injury she got was like some sort of thing with her cells damage, and she was like she could literally face through stuff, right? It's not really just her suit alone. She says in the film that the suit she wears help her to control it, but it's really her facing through stuff, like walking through walls, walking through objects. And it's a cool power to have, right? They utilize it pretty well in the film, but it kind of like slowly degrades her body to a point where she'd probably just die. And apparently the mom was somehow able to heal her from that without any sort of like possible defects to her health. And I find that it was about as weak as it gets, because I'm not really trying to say it's bad, because it's all done well. The directing, the acting, the writing falls short at times, but there are also times where it's some pretty good jokes. It's just that it felt so predictable, and so it's very Marvel-like, right? But it felt so much like they played it very safe on this one, to say the least. I mean, I get it. Infinity War was pretty harsh on fan base, and Infinity War Part 2 is probably going to be the same as well, given what the end credits scene for this film is. But I don't know, man. I mean, I like the first one, right? And I like the second one too, for a lot of it similarities, with the visuals especially. But there's so much tropes that really stood out to me here. And even so, it's like the same thing with the previous Marvel movies. There's so much good stuff they do, but there is so much of this little stuff that pretty much sticks out like sore thumbs. And the deeper and deeper you go into the universe with more and more films, these little tropes keep getting more and more problematic for them. Overall, I'd say the first one is a pretty much a solid 8.1 out of 10, right? It's a great film. But Antman and the Wasp, I would probably give it, I'd say it's overall a 7 out of 10. It's good, right? It's good. I'd give it a 7, right? But it's not gonna expect anything like Infinity War level or even Black Panther level. It's playing it safe this time, and I get it, because Infinity War is the main card. overall that pretty much sums up my review of Ant-Man the Wasp. It's a good film, pretty good directing, pretty good visuals, some decent acting. Just I find they could have done a good bit more with what they were doing, especially in certain areas could have used a lot bit more, right? That's my overall take on it, right? But it's still a pretty good fun film for you to watch, right? So if you enjoyed the video, be sure to leave a like, comment, subscribe to my channel. Let me know in the comment section down below what you think about the film. How would you rate it? If you like it more than the first one, or if you don't, how do you rank this film among the other MCU films, right? And be sure to check out my other videos, and I guess I'll see you guys later.